These are the 3 PDFs, flyers, documents that every home seller needs from you. I want you to start thinking along these lines so that you start itemizing and creating a content file for all of the different types of sellers you are going to encounter, whether you're talking to them on the phone, meeting them at open houses, or getting them as a referral. It doesn't matter. Here are the 3 main ones that I would suggest you start with. Welcome, my real estate friends. This is Tristan. This is your daily real estate. I come to you every day, 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes I go over, sometimes I go under. And I want you to do me a favor. First off, thank you so much for continuing to listen to this. As I know many of you text me on Instagram. Some of you message me in the YouTube comments now that we built out a YouTube show for this. I appreciate you. Thank you. I do this for you daily, and it's free. And I plan so much for this to make sure that it's quality content based on what I'm doing, our team is doing, our brokerage is doing, and the top agents that I interview all across the United States. And I want you to please go to the YouTube description section and sign up for the new newsletter that I have. It's called Real Estate Prospecting. The new one just went out last Friday. It was great. I mean, we just started. It was number 1. We already have 300 people subscribed for free. It's all about growing your business based on what you should be focused on. So now with that, let's go to the number 1 PDF I think you should be building out. And if you need this document, I have it, message me. I have this one as number 2 on my Google Doc. And that's because when I was refining it and just making sure that I had no errors in spelling, ChatGPT reversed it for me and it put it as number 2. And I'm like, I might change it. Okay. But here it is. Number 2, trusted vendor directory. We're going to start with number 2 first and then go to number 1. Trusted vendor directory. You've heard me say this to you over and over and over again, but you need to have this as a PDF. You need to have this as a document. And if you're watching on YouTube, like this is an actual document that you have. I'm shaking paper if you're watching me. If you're listening to me, I'm shaking paper. Like that. An actual document that you can take with you to open houses, that you can door knock with, that you can send out as a link to your PDF that outlines the best service providers, the best trade categories, like the top trade categories: general contractor, plumber, roofer, electrician, painter, flooring, landscaper, whatever. All right. And we've been through the process of how to get them down by asking your neighbors, asking the farm area, asking your past clients. That's a plus because every homeowner has one issue every time. Something doesn't work. Something breaks. I mean, I live in a newer home. It's like 14 years old, newer kind of, but literally one thing breaks a week. Like a week here. Something goes off, something doesn't work correctly, and I go to my own directory, right? So please, if you missed that episode, I'll see if the team can link it in the comments, but on building the directory, that's number 1 PDF, right? Well, on the list, it's number 2. I'm confusing myself. Let's go now to number 1 on this document that you might want. I put here the yearly checkup. Now, this is like a health report on the home. And this is a PDF that you can have handy, but it's more, you could do one of 2 things. And we do both of these. But under this one PDF, I have an outline of what the market looks like in the area that I can always pull from, right? Because we update on our end. I update it weekly. I update it monthly because we're tied to Altos Research and we have the team look at all the comps and make sure that, oh, got it, I see where the market is heading. Right? It's like I call it the health report, but in reality is a market update. And it gives anybody living in the area a snapshot of where the market is heading. This is why I can tell you my market looks like it's dead set in the middle. Chances are at the higher price point, we're going to see prices go down a little bit. But it's more of a normal market, right? And when you're talking to somebody, you can offer them a generalized report in their area Or here's the one, an equity update. Like, hey, let me make one specifically for you. Since I have a general one, I'll send you that one too, Joe. But what's your address? Or is this your current address? I'll create a quick report for you, send it over to you. It gives you an idea of what your home is worth. And look, Joe, I haven't seen the inside of it. But here's what I think based on the comparables, based on my knowledge, right? That is super key. You need that handy. A more generalized report and obviously a template for a specific equity report on people's homes. Number 3, right? So we went 2 to 1 to now number 3. This one is very generalized for homeowners, but it's things that people need to know. And you can expand this one, right? This is for home sellers, when I mean people. This is 10 upkeep moves that protect your home's value. So Mr. or Mrs. Seller, you live in this home and I want to make sure that you keep the equity as high as possible, the value as high as possible, because you want to make sure if you ever decide to sell or have to sell, at least your home's value stays tip top, right? So here are the 10 things, Mr. or Mrs. Seller. And you could do a whole video on just this one, but fresh paint on baseboards and entry door, service HVAC yearly or twice a year, and keep records, right, for buyers. Buyers love receipts. Power wash driveway and walk up once a year. Replace tired light fixtures with LED models. Swap worn door hardware for modern finishes. See, all this is super easy. Reseal tile grouts and caulk in wet areas. Blah, 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 more. You could round this up to 20. I just have 10. But this is such an easy giveaway that you could make a QR code at open houses and have 3 QR codes. Say, hey, here's the market area in your area. Here's my directory, right? And here are the top 10 things you can do to protect your home's value, right? And they're all QR codes at open houses. If they scan it, boom, they could download this document, or you can make a landing page from this, right? And now you have a hook. So you can either run an ad, or anytime anybody scans that QR code, it says, okay, great, give me your information. What's your email so I can put you in our newsletter? The point is, when you're calling around, you can also use this as well. And when you're talking to people that are incoming, referrals, online leads, anybody, you have another piece of information for home sellers. So start thinking along these lines. These are just 3 that you can start with. I would start expanding these, create a little folder in Google Docs and name them like seller PDFs, and then start adding to them. And they could be super simple. They don't have to be beautiful that you make them on Canva. They could just be 1 through 10, easy, done. It could be a simple directory on an Excel sheet. Don't overthink it to get started. All right, and do me a favor, please subscribe to that newsletter. We're just getting started, and so far, everyone's loving it. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day.